Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome everyone, and here we are after we take a short break from talking about I-League for now, like as in preview of matches and everything, because today we have AFC Cup qualifiers. Okay, Mohun Bagan is playing. It's the second leg, the home leg I should say. They play Club Valencia from Maldives. Well, I should have started saying that once again we start the show. You know, we'll have new set of excuses here from Chiranjit.
What
Hopefully
excuses?
not.
Excuses?
Hopefully
Why?
not here.
Excuses.
Or maybe you never know who say who they're going to field. Probably they'll be like, okay, now they're coming home, so let's put a reserve team and play. Like we'll beat them. Ho jayega. Aisa.
Either way.
Yeah, exactly. But before we talk about that, let's touch upon this news that broke out yesterday. Bengaluru FC have signed their fourth foreigner. Finally, they've done it. The Serbian striker,
Jugovic.
He goes by the name Jugovic, yes.
It's actually going to be pronounced Jugovic, I think.
Yeah,
Yugo say Jugovic aake.
Jugovic.
Bengaluru ko
And
dichata hai.
how does this look? Will he probably rescue them? Will he be the
it's probably
superstar?
a move which just shows the state of Bengaluru not getting in goals. This is just last throw of the dice. Maybe this will work for them. So apart from Sunil Chetri, nobody's found a touch that leads to the belief that they can score at any moment. When you see Sunil Chetri, you know that he's got the thing. Even in the dying minutes, he can get in one goal. So Jugovic is coming in post the mid season. Now it's hardly 8 or 9 games remaining for Bengaluru FC.
No, don't think like that. This is a sign clearly meant for Asia as well.
Yeah, it is. But considering they are the defending champions of I-League, that also holds true that they have to put up some fight.
Yeah, they
AFC
have
Cup
to win
is a
some
fresh
games.
campaign. Okay,
Yeah.
they've not started off with that. It's a good signing in that case. But what about I-League?
Yeah, of course he's going to be used. He's perfect for I-League. He's like more than 6 feet tall. He has played all over Asia. He's a European striker as well, and he's got experience in playing for ACL. So this I think is a smart signing that should stand with them in good stead for a good 2-3 years.
But then, does this also go to say that Bengaluru were in need of a striker?
Yeah, definitely. Because CK Vinith and Chetri were not firing that much. I mean, CK Vinith
Why
was
is there
not-
no impetus put on the midfield to put on the scoring boots?
Midfield
Yeah,
was giving chances. Like you can't just. Obviously Eugenson Lingdo has been having a bad form, right? But he's gonna come back to form. You know that. He's got class. You had Udanta going up and sending all those passes. Left maybe matlab bura nahi tha. So yeah, all these things are there. They just lack that conversion thing. So it was a striking problem, I think, in the end, at the end of the day. And maybe this guy will solve it.
For me, it was not just the conversion. It's more of creativity as well. When Udanta is playing so well, you also have to understand that set pieces can be converted into goals. That has not been the case so far. The goals.
Eugenson needs to be in form for that. Yeah, so and he's like the moment he goes down, the club is negatively affected. He's scored in such and assisted in such crucial games, and he has not fired in Pune City, and Pune City have suffered for that. He is not now for the first time he's not doing well at Bengaluru FC, and they're suffering for that. So it's gonna happen. I think probably he's still not out of that last injury that he got into. He's recovered physically, but mentally he still has some way to go. But meanwhile, this is okay. This is like Robin Singh plus signing. Okay, they finally replaced Robin, I think. So he's got the physique, he's got that experience, he's got the instinct in the box. So I don't know. This seems like a good signing to me. You can't, on paper, you can't complain about it. So yeah.
Yeah, hopefully this is the BFC especially the fans will be looking forward to seeing him in action, because
If this
they
is the
might.
kind of jugaad we do, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Exemplary jugaad.
they must be hoping that this is the missing block in the puzzle that they needed, and hopefully
half of it
this
is
should.
mental. Half
Yeah.
of it is mental. Or maybe like 70% of it. If this guy comes and scores 2 goals and suddenly they get that taste back of winning, it will all fall back into place.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying. So they will be looking forward to seeing the team regroup
So in the first place,
themselves.
Morales being let go is also not a proper choice, I feel. Then.
Yeah, Norales was a bit of a hasty signing, I think. Right. So
I think, did he come only for the short period? I think that was his contract.
no. He was let
He's
go.
loaned
He was
out.
loaned out.
He's loaned out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that did not work out. So that was actually like a proper bad piece of business that we saw from
Yeah.
Bengaluru FC. I mean, they don't usually do that. Usually, this foreign signings are awesome. Like Alvaro Rubio was a inspired signing.
Yeah.
So it was like that, and then you follow that up. I don't know what went wrong, but maybe they're bringing it all right back into the
Yeah,
form.
they're just going back to the drawing board and setting things, getting back, and making sure that things go right from here onwards. Now, some news from the northeast emerged that said, well, we always know the structure that works there. It is, I mean, people have spoken about it, written about it, saying that they really follow a good structure of in terms of footballing there, and that's what the other parts of India should look forward to. And because of that structure and the way they form in Indian football, taking football ahead. So Mizoram government here has, they do trials for kids and anyone who's interested in football. So from that, they have selected six of them.
35.
35.
Big number.
Wow, that's a big number. 35 of them, and they'll be going to Germany
For 6 years.
For 6 years. That's crazy. That's something really good. That's
Did
something
you think
really.
it was 6 players for 35 years?
No, I just heard before we were off the record when we were talking. I just heard the number 6. I didn't hear the whole thing. That's
So
something
it's
really
for
crazy.
football and the academics as well, and
Okay.
keeping in line the World Cup in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a long-term plan that the government foresees, and it's a good move, I feel.
Yeah, it is.
Budding talents coming up from the northeast region, and the state government showing support for sport, which is very useful for the coming generations.
Yeah, it's like how the government there acts like parents should. Okay, I have seen my kids what they like, so let's invest and develop their liking and to give them that freedom. Say, okay, go
they are
do
fighting for their football.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
because Aizawl FC has finally come out to the top division, and after the merger, they will be forcefully relegated again.
it. Yeah.
So they are trying to put up. I think this should count as a contribution towards, like, major contribution towards Indian football that should stand them in good stead in the leagues. Maybe this is not directly from Aizawl FC, but the clubs are connected with the government. There's a lot of coordination going on there. The academies work closely with the government because the government is proactive in terms of football, which is not the case in 90% of the country. So if this works out, and a little bit of investment, maybe like the politician business nexus that people hate so much can sort of do some good for football over there, and just push Aizawl FC into ISL, because these kids they will come back. Like how old are they? They are I think under 14 or under 13.
It's a mixed age group.
Six years later they will come back. They'll want a club from Mizoram in the top division to play in.
Yeah.
So that fight has to go on as well, and they're saying it's 2026 World Cup. That's a good label to put on it. I think it's more like 2027 Asian Cup second round mission. Okay, so that's what it is. But we're not gonna get to World Cup with this generation itself. But yeah, it's a start.
Yeah, of
It
course.
will be step by step.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
And this is brilliant.
yeah,
by the way.
it doesn't start. Nothing starts with putting out our first step from us, right? Nothing comes to you unless you push it. Go ahead and want to achieve that. So this is really incredible stuff from there. I think all the governments keep your ears open and please do things like these. Moving on now. Still, we have one more news before we touch upon the AFC Cup. This news was denied by the coach, but then we are still going ahead and saying what's come up now. So this is from the Mumbai FC camp. We did hear that there were 3 players who were sacked from the team. Steven Dias, Alan Dias and Pratik Chaudhary. So at the pre-match and even at the post-match, he did say that he has nothing to do with the sacking. And in the pre-match, he said before Minerva's game, he said that he denied the reports. Now we hear that they've called back for the practice. So we really don't know what's happening. It's now I think Jugaad. This is what Jugaad is. I think only Santosh Kashyap knows what's going on there, and the team knows. Nobody else outside can sit here and predict this happened, that happened. Reports said this, that happened, and then this is happening. So it's exactly like their performance on the field. Like, only he knows what's happening. Nobody else can read his mind. That was about it. Now, finally, let's jump into the AFC Cup preview. Now, Mohun Bagan hosts Club Valencia. They went with very great attitude, They just said, we will thrash them and come back. So, let's just send them our, not a best team, but even our reserve, not so... We'll keep our best players, rest them for when they come home. So, we'll just send them... Even these people can beat, but it was a 1-1 draw. Towards the end, there was a penalty given. That's how Club Valencia came back to the game. But it was a good game from their side to hold Mohun Bagan to a draw.
Yeah.
And now they are coming home. Chiranjit.
Yeah.
It's all yours now.
Yeah. So Sony Node should be making a comeback here, but he will not play the whole game. So what Sanjay Sen is thinking is that we should start Sony Node and go for a flurry at the beginning like it happened in the first leg. So yeah, that's what will probably happen. But the problem that comes with this is that Maldives know what's the deal. Club Valencia, they're coming in knowing that this is a better team. They were playing mostly a second string side in the first leg. They got lucky with that penalty, and this is their home ground, so it will be tougher for them. So they will go ultra defensive. And what I don't want to happen is that Mohun Bagan plays Sony Node and put him on a 30-minute timer. Like second half mein tu nahi khelega, and they try hard to get an early goal. It doesn't happen because Valencia are playing super defensive. Then what happens? I don't want any panic situation there because last 45 minutes then anything can happen. Whoever scores wins. Yeah, it's 1-1 from the first leg. So Mohun Bagan have that away goal, so that's an advantage going in. So 0-0 draw is still okay. I don't care if they play a bad game, boring game. It does not matter. This game does not matter as long as you go to the next round. So yeah. I think Sanjay Sen is taking it seriously. He's bringing in Norde and others.
What about JJ?
And JJ did not play much in the last game, but he should get some time here.
Did not play in the last game? You mean the I-League match?
Yeah. But I don't know. Balwant Singh has some good form, right? And he, along with Duffy, have been doing some good stuff up there. So this should be, I think the fact that Sanjay Sen is willing to bring Sony Node back in this game means he's taking it seriously.
Okay.
So he will try to put the most informed 11 out there.
Will Sanjay Sen be there for the game?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he missed the last game. So yeah, we are actually putting up our best coach as well into the game. So that's another advantage. Obviously, Debjit Majumdar will be back.
I thought Shintel will be continuing.
No,
great form that he showed in the first
Yeah,
game. He
obviously.
deserves a place.
Of course, man. Like we need 3-4 people.
He'll come in the
to...
second half. He'll come in the second half. For the last 45 minutes. Whoever scores wins, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, man. Shilton Paul plays today. Few people will have heart attacks. So yeah, hopefully that works out. The team is rested. That's one of the positives.
Yeah,
here.
they didn't play this weekend also.
Yeah, and that was good on AIFF's part to delay that Shillong trip.
Yeah.
And that makes April more interesting actually.
Yeah.
So that way it's pretty good. it's looking good. I think we're gonna score 2 goals
So
easily.
no injury concerns for either teams.
Not much.
I think
Obviously,
Omodu is doubtful, I suppose, for the game.
Huh? Okay, he's the one who scored the penalty. But again, the main threat is that guy Hamadan. He was making those good runs. So you have to block him off. If Omodu is not playing, that's a pretty
Positive side
lucky for Mohun Bagan, I guess. Block Hamadan and this guy Hussein Nihan, that Malaysian dude, number 10. Yeah, then the game is yours, because the defense is okay. You just keep, if you are not afraid of a lethal counter, which they were almost pulling off a few times in the first leg. If you can control their counters, you control the game, and you can just hammer away at their defense, and eventually you'll sneak.
What can be the danger for Mohun Bagan here?
Just one sneaky counter goes in. You concede 1 goal, all the nerves kick in. Because now you have to score 2 goals then. So you cannot.
It just depends on the approach. If their approach is saying not to take them lightly and just go all in, and just Mohun Bagan causes a panic for them, for their opponents, not for themselves. Just go like the first leg we saw in the 6th minute there was a goal. I'm pretty sure Valencia would have got a shake. Okay, damn it, let's regroup quick. So if that happens, like probably 2 goals in the first half of Bagan, and probably it'll be difficult for.
Otherwise it's a bit of a problem, because we know they will go hard for a goal early in the game, so they will run out of stamina earlier. And the Valencia players are used to a higher humidity.
Right.
And they will play in Kolkata. It will be much more pleasant for them. So they will run more. So if the game goes into extra time somehow, that's a problem for Mohun Bagan. So we cannot have 1-1. We cannot have Valencia scoring first. So either of those is disaster.
I think Mohun Bagan had a chance to probably go all in the first leg. Here actually they have to be a little more smart with having the same saying, okay, we'll attack. But here they have to be a little bit smart, saying, as Chiranjit pointed out, they will try to score first. So make them, tired, or make them run out of their stamina, and then we capitalize on that. So I think that would be Sanjay Singh's strategy, putting the best 11 out there.
Yeah, but again, just look at it player by player. Mohun Bagan are a far superior side. So
of course.
Unless some accident happens, accidentally
some
they score
nasty,
first. Not lucky, like accident in terms of gameplay.
No, I said or else some nasty, fouls or whatever.
Yeah, that may happen. I don't see Club Valencia as a particularly foul-prone team, but if it happens, then we'll have a problem. It's gonna be, half of it is gonna be mental, as with Bengaluru FC.
So you're giving a 2-0 victory to this. That means a 3-1 aggregate.
Maybe even a 2-1. I don't know, because you always know what can happen late in the game. Subhashis Bose makes a stupid handball, and suddenly the equation changes. So yeah.
Okay, so that means 2-1 you're giving for the match, and then that makes it 3-2 for aggregate.
Yeah.
So Kevin, are you also interested in giving your
I don't
prediction?
know. It's more who comes on with the will to score. So that is the key difference. If Valencia managed to score, it's a situation that can run quickly out of hand for Mohun Bagan.
Holy crap, I just realized something. Sanjay Singh should play JJ here, because he is hungry. He's just made a comeback.
That's why I made the comment.
Just sit Balwant and tell JJ to go out. That will push Balwant as well, and give JJ a platform to prove him that he's his back. And we need it. We know Balwant Singh is not getting into the national team, but we want JJ to start scoring and get into the national team, since Robin Singh is killing it. So it's between JJ and Robin now for the national team. So we have to back our guy. So go ahead, play JJ.
He cut you when you were saying, or did you come?
No, that's the thing. Scoring first will determine how the game goes on.
Okay, do you want to say the scores?
It's going to be favouring Mohun Bagan for sure.
But still, numbers.
Maybe for just to make it interesting, I'll favour the underdogs here.
He always does.
Anti-national.
I like it.
So probably an early goal by Valencia. I'd like to see how things change and how Mohun Bagan can handle that.
Okay. So that was our interesting prediction for you. Now the match is starting at 4.
4 p.m. I don't know what is going on with there. 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. Are you mad? All the offices are open. All the schools are open. Who's gonna come? And then you're gonna like say, "Log nahi aa rahe." Well, but at least the match is not on TV as usual because our TV channels care so much about Indian football, no?
Yeah.
About promoting it and showcasing
Of course.
it. Indian teams
So
going
much.
and playing in Asia, just nothing, just the second tier Asian championship, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how does
Nobody
that care?
needs to see that. But yeah, the extra time YouTube channel will show it live, and please keep an eye on the TFG Football, @TFG Football on Twitter.
Yes.
We'll be sharing you the live stream, and we'll make sure you get to see it.
Yeah.
Even though the TV channels don't want you to see it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's why we are here, and we do that extra bit for you. And everyone out there who are interested in watching this match, as Chiranjit said, I repeat, @TFG Football, and of course the website, thefangarage.com, for all that you need to know about this game and everything else that we spoke about today and that you need to know about Indian football. Now, if you want to talk to us directly, you can do that. Chiranjit Oja, Boza_Kevin, Suju Matthew 94. Now, if you're listening to our show on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you get new updates of our new episodes. And that's all, folks. Have a great day. You can also listen to our podcast on Audioboom, SoundCloud, iTunes, and various other podcasting apps. Cheers. Enjoy the match.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.